Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I do owe you an apology for yesterday's video. I made a slight error. It's not the top two in each group for the last chance qualifiers of the Esports World Cup 2026 that went through to knockout. It was the top four from each group. So we'll revisit Group A and Group B in just a moment. But we'll look at what happened yesterday with Group C and Group D and how everything has shaped up for the knockouts for the last chance qualifiers on what is going to be a final day today, day 3. And then we'll look at all the results then from tomorrow and how everyone is going to make their way to the play-in. And then from there to the Esports World Cup main and the group stage. So, with that said, let's have a look. It's not there. Just give me a moment. Sorry about that. There we go. Esports World Cup. So we can see this is Group C. And the top four are Andrew Tang, Vladislav Artemiev, Jules Moussard, and Valery Kazakouski. He's not a grandmaster I'm particularly familiar with from Lithuania, but they are the ones that go through. The top four there, Andrew Tang doing really well, 6 out of his 7 points with just a loss to Jules Moussard. Then in Group D, it was as follows. It was Alexander Grischuk, Yaroslav Zherebukh, Karthik Venkataraman from India, and Leko, who managed to get the better of tiebreaks ahead of Vladimir Ivinchich. Just revisiting Group B, we mentioned Daniel Dubov and Parham Magsudlu, but Maxim Lagrade and Eric Hansen also went through as well. So they also went through. And then Group A, it was Wei, Alexander Bortnik, Aaron Tari, and Alan Pichot from Spain. So they were the 4 that went there. Now, the top 2 in each group, I believe, went into the upper bracket, and the bottom 2 from each group went into the lower bracket. What do I mean? This is it. So the winners bracket, you can see here, we've got matchups. So Wei versus Jules Moussard. It didn't happen. They're just giving Wei the point. So Jules Moussard drops into the lower bracket because you'll remember he was on top of his group. So Wei will play Yaroslav Zherebukh. Andrew Tang has got Parham Magsudlu. Daniel Dubov has got Alexander Bortnik. Alexander Grischuk has got Vladislav Artemiev. The 4 groups there, the 8 players. So the top 2 going through there. Here we have Jules Moussard versus Peter Leko, Aryan Tari versus Eric Hansen, Alan Pichot versus Karthik Venkataraman, and Maxim Lagrade versus Valery Kazakouski. Now they have got the most difficult chance of getting through to the through this bracket, because anytime someone loses in the upper brackets, they are dropping down into the losers bracket. So see here, there's 4 games. In round 2 of the losers bracket, there's still 4 games. The 4 winners are then going to play the 4 losers from the upper bracket. So they really have got their work cut out for them to get through round 1, round 2, round 3, all the way until the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and then a grand final. Where, again, look at this. The semifinals is one matchup because you've effectively won the lower bracket, and then you're playing the winner and then the grand final and so on and so forth. I think whoever wins the lower bracket then goes to the top. And again, this will determine 5 spots for the play-in. So the 5 players who get the furthest in the brackets will then go through to this play-in stage to join Arvind Chitarambaram, Liam Lee, and Andrei Esipenko. They will go join them, and that play-in stage will then happen in a couple days' time on August 11th. I thought it was the 12th, but it's August 11th. That'll be the play-in stage. 8 players will qualify. Then from the play-in stage, we'll then get the group stage and then the playoffs. And yeah, we'll preview everything a bit more once we know all of the exact players. So probably the preview will drop on August 10th in a couple days' time. And this is, of course, all going down in Paris. It has a great history of chess. Obviously, the House of FIDE, or where FIDE was founded. So this is how everything looks. The top bracket, probably the most important matchups so far. We'll see what happens in the lower bracket. But Wei, Andrew Tang versus Parham Magsudlu, Daniel Dubov versus Alexander Bortnik, Alexander Grischuk versus Vladislav Artemiev. And it is going to be very interesting. Let me know who you're rooting for in the comments down below. If I were to give you an early prediction right now ahead of the knockouts, or the knockout portion of the last chance qualifiers, Daniel Dubov and Wei probably, I think, are quite strong. We'll see what happens. Andrew Tang, Parham Magsudlu. Remember, any of the guys who lose in this first round are really going to have a difficult chance because they are dropping down into this round 2 and they'll still have to get through round 3 and into the quarterfinals. So we'll see the 5 players who go the furthest qualify for that play-in stage. And so after that, we'll see what happens. But I hope you enjoyed it. Just a short recap, just to tell you what's going on. And then we'll probably have something a bit more in depth tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see how it all goes. Hope you're having a wonderful time. I hope you're enjoying the Esports World Cup, the coverage of it. It really is fantastic. Lots of money behind it, great presentation, and it is really one of the best chess events of the year. Cheers.